Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jai Gaur Pramanande. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 4, Chapter number 9, titled Dhruva Maharaj Returns Home. Text number 25. Tato gantasi matstanam. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastvam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Yato navartate gataha. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Tato gantasi matstanam. Gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Matajis. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Tato gantasi matstanam. Sarvaloka namaskritam. Uparistadrisibhyastam. Yato navartate gataha. Word for word translation. Tataha, thereafter. Ganta, Ganta asi, you will go. Matstanam, to my abode. Sarvaloka, by all planetary systems. Namakritam, offered obeisances. Uparistat, situated higher. Risibhya, then the planetary systems of the rishis. Tvam, you. Yataha, wherefrom. Na, never. Avartate, will come back. Gataha, having gone there. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Supreme, the Personality of Godhead continued. My dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of all other planetary systems. It is situated above the planets of the 7 rishis, and having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. Purport. In this verse, the word na vartate is very significant. The Lord says, you will not come back to this material world, for you will reach Matstanam, my abode. Therefore, Dhruvaloka, or the pole star, is the abode of Lord Vishnu within this material world. Upon it, there is an ocean of milk, and within that ocean there is an island known as Svetadvip. It is clearly indicated that this planet is situated above the 7 planetary systems of the rishis. And because this planet is Vishnu Loka, it is worshipped by all the other planetary systems. It may be questioned here, what will happen to the planet known as Dhruvaloka at the time of the dissolution of this universe? The answer is simple. Dhruvaloka remains, like other Vaikuntha Lokas, beyond this universe. Srila Vishnava Chakravarti Thakur has commented in this connection that the very word navartate indicates that this planet is eternal. So we're also supposed to cover text 26. I'll read text 26 also. Maitreya uvacha iti archita sa bhagavan ati disyatmana padam balasya pasyato dhamma swam agad garuda dvajaha. The great sage Maitreya said, after being worshipped and honored by the boy Dhruva Maharaj, and after offering him his abode, Lord Vishnu, on the back of Garuda, returned to his abode as Dhruva Maharaj looked on. From this verse it appears that Lord Vishnu awarded Dhruva Maharaj the same abode in which he resides. His abode is described in the Bhagavad Gita 15.6. Yat gatva na nivartante tat dhamma paramam mama. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksulmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we're continuing our discussion, the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, we've seen the last few weeks, following the instructions of Narad Muni, he has done great tapasya for 6 months. And after 6 months of very strict tapasya, following very strictly the instructions of his spiritual master, he gets darshan of Lord Vishnu. So Narad Muni had given him a mantra, just like we all been given mantra for this day and age, Hare Krishna mantra. Same way Narad Muni had given Dhruva Maharaj the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So just like every day in the morning, or during the day we chant Hare Krishna Japa. Same way Dhruva Maharaj was chanting Japa, using this mantra. And as he was chanting Japa, he could see the form of the Lord within his heart. And he was going into full deep meditation. But after 6 months of this Japa, he's seeing the Supreme Lord in his heart, and then suddenly that form which he's seeing in his heart, he's unable to see anymore. And then he gets worried and he opens his eyes, then he sees that same form which he was meditating on within his heart is there outside, present right before him. So Vishnu, he comes, on the back of Garuda. This particular form of Vishnu, he is known as Prishni Garbha. So flying on the back of Garuda, he comes to give darshan to Dhruva Maharaj. And Dhruva Maharaj is just a 5-year-old boy, and suddenly the Supreme Lord is there in front of him. He's completely mesmerized by Krishna's beauty, by Lord Vishnu's beauty, and he offers dandavats. He starts getting ecstatic symptoms, and he's bewildered. He doesn't know what to say. Sometimes when some great personality comes, just out of the blue, and we're not prepared for it, we get a bit bewildered. Like we don't know what to say, what to do, what's right, what's wrong. So Dhruva Maharaj is a bit puzzled. He doesn't know what to say. Nothing is coming to him. Vishnu, he's in Dhruva Maharaj's heart. He understands what he is going through. And Vishnu, with his conch shell, he just, very gently, just touches Dhruva Maharaj on the head. And like that blesses Dhruva Maharaj. Then all intelligence from within comes to Dhruva Maharaj into what prayers to offer, how to glorify him. Then we saw all these beautiful series of prayers given by Dhruva Maharaj onto the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Now in the last week we've been seeing Vishnu's response, to Dhruva Maharaj. So Vishnu, he tells Dhruva Maharaj, in his prayers, he was mentioning to Vishnu that he had a bit of lamentation because he was worshipping the Supreme Lord for a material desire. So initially when he was doing his devotional service, he was doing with the motive of getting a kingdom which was even greater than his great-grandfather, something even bigger than Lord Brahma's kingdom, Brahma Loka. So initially he was doing bhakti, to get that material goal. So now when finally Vishnu is there, he completely forgets, of that material ambition which he had. So that's the power of the process of bhakti. As we slowly do bhakti, slowly, whatever anarthas, material desires we have, they will all slowly go away. So Dhruva Maharaj, when he's seeing the Lord Vishnu, he's feeling so happy and blissful. And he's thinking, you're so beautiful, I'm just happy and satisfied just seeing you. I don't need anything else. I don't want this, I don't want that. I don't need a kingdom greater than Brahma. I'm just happy seeing you. You're so beautiful. So that's the power of taking darshan. And we all have this experience, during the day or during the week. We might be going through so many problems, but when we come to a temple, we bow down and we take darshan of Radha Gopinath. When we're actually taking darshan of them, immediately we forget everything and we just feel like, wow, so beautiful. They look so nice. And we completely forget everything. Just like I remember 8 years ago when I was doing my first book marathon, that was in December. And that time it was like peak summer. And we were distributing books in 36, 37 degree heat. And during the day, while distributing books, you'll be sweating so much. And you'll be feeling so tired. And then, I remember one day I was doing distributing books in front of Town Hall Station. During that first marathon, I still remember, just to get a bit of relief from the heat, I used to go into the Woolworths, because inside the Woolworths they have the AC on. So I used to just quickly go in and just take a break, feel the AC and then come out actually. So that feeling, we get on a hot summer day, 30, 35, 40 degree heat. And then you imagine walking into a air-conditioned room, 17 degrees, 18 degrees, and you feel relief, so nice, So that same feeling we get, every time we come and we take darshan of Radha Gopinath. So that is the power of Krishna's beauty. Krishna is so beautiful. Whenever anyone takes darshan of him, they just completely forget everything else, and they just feel so happy and satisfied. Sorry, we shouldn't show our back to Krishna. You can just turn back. So Krishna is so beautiful, that whenever we come and see him, take darshan of him, we forget everything else and we just feel so happy and satisfied. So the same thing happened to Dhruva Maharaj. He was doing tapasya with this intense desire. Yes, I will get a kingdom greater than Brahma. If I just chant this mantra, follow Narmani, it will happen. But when finally Vishnu comes, he forgets about that. And he's just happy and satisfied, just seeing Lord Vishnu. I read one nice verse recently about Krishna's beauty. It's there in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. This verse I found like so sweet, so nice, that I thought I'll memorize it, just to remember. So this verse, it goes like this. This is in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. This verse says, Swakiya Kaishorya Maha Vibhushanam. So the first line says that Vibhushana means ornament. Swakiya Kaishorya Maha Vibhushanam. So it said that Krishna has many different ornaments on his body. Right? He wears peacock feather, he has flute, he has a pagadi, like a turban. He has waist belt, so many necklaces, jewels, garlands. So many different things Krishna, he decorates himself. Or Mother Yasoda decorates. It's given in the morning before Krishna, he leaves home to go to the forest. Mother Yasoda would dress him. And Krishna will have different, it's mentioned that Krishna's cowherd boyfriends, you can divide into 3 categories. There's those Gopas who are same age as Krishna, so they'll be like purely in friendship. Then there'll be other Gopas who are a little bit older than Krishna, like Balaram and other cowherd boys. They'll be 1 or 2 years older than Krishna. So they'll be like having mainly friendship, but friendship with a little bit of parental affection. So they'll be like kind of like the older brother, looking out for Krishna. And then there'll be some younger Gopas, some Gopas who are a little bit younger than Krishna. So they'll be like friends, but friends with a little bit of dasya bhav. So these little bit younger Gopas, while Mother Yasoda would dress Krishna, they would come and they would watch Mother Yasoda dressing Krishna. And Mother Yasoda would see them, standing at the door watching Krishna being dressed by Mother Yasoda. And Mother Yasoda would say, you also come help me dress Krishna. And then these younger Gopas will come to dress Krishna, help Mother Yasoda. And Krishna, as they're trying to help Mother Yasoda dress Krishna, Krishna very jokingly, he will take his flute and just, try to tell them, hey, get away from me, don't touch me like that, He will play around with these younger Gopas. So like this in the morning, before Krishna leaves home, he would be dressed by Mother Yasoda with different ornaments, all the best jewels, pearls, everything Mother Yasoda, all opulent things she will use to dress Krishna. Then when Krishna will go to the forest, Krishna will pick different natural ingredients from the forest, like leaves, twigs, flowers, and he would further decorate himself, further ornament himself. And it's given Krishna's cowherd boyfriends, they will also pick different natural ingredients from the forest and they will apply it on Krishna and make Krishna even more beautiful. Like they would get sandalwood pulp, and they would make like a paste and then rub it on Krishna's body. And the certain soil of Vraj, they will use that soil of Vraj, make into a paste, apply that on Krishna's body. They would take different berries, like this all natural things they would collect from the forest and further decorate Krishna in the forest of Vrindavan. And it's mentioned in Shastra that Krishna, he enjoys being decorated by these natural elements of Vrindavan more than the pearls and the golden ornaments that Mother Yasoda puts on him. So more than the materially opulent, we can say, those jewels and pearls that Mother Yasoda puts, he enjoys these natural ingredients more. He enjoys being decorated more with like natural flowers, twigs, leaves. That gives him more pleasure actually. So like this, if we take darshan of Krishna, we'll see there's so many different things he's decorated with. So he has so many different ornaments. But in this verse, Sanatana Goswami says, Swakiya Kaishorya Maha Vibhushanam. Out of all the ornaments that Krishna wears, there is one ornament which is said to be Maha Vibhushanam. Vibhushana means ornament, Maha means the greatest. Like we have Maha Mantra, there's many mantras, but out of all the mantras, the Hare Krishna mantra is the topmost. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in the same way, out of all the ornaments, there is one ornament which is considered as Bhava Vibhushana. So who would like to guess, out of all the ornaments, which is the one which is dubbed as the topmost ornament of Krishna? Kaustubh gem? No. Yes, Vaijayanti garland? No. Peacock feather? No. Flute? No. Any other guesses? Ravi Prabhu? Sorry? Bugle? No. No. Okay, I'll recite the first line of the verse again. That will give you a clue. Swakiya Kaishora Mahavibhushana. Kaishora means? What does Swakiya means? Swa means? Kaishora means youthfulness. So his main ornament is his own youthfulness. And that is what makes him most beautiful. You know, in Bhagavatam it says that Krishna is Bhushana Bhushanam, which means he's the ornament of ornaments. So generally we wear ornaments to make ourselves more handsome or more beautiful, right? So to make ourselves more attractive, more pretty or more handsome, we put different ornaments. We put earrings on, makeup, this and that. And that way our beauty increases. But for Krishna it's the other way around. For Krishna, the ornaments don't make him beautiful. Krishna is so beautiful that he makes the ornaments he wears more beautiful actually. So that is the meaning of Bhushana Bhushanam, which means Krishna is the ornament of the ornaments. So that's why it's said, out of all the ornaments that Krishna wears, the main ornament that makes him most attractive, the Mahavibhushana, is his own youthfulness. His own unique youthfulness is his greatest ornament. That is the thing that makes him most attractive. That's why I said Swakiya Kaishora. Swakiya means his own. Kaishora means his own youthfulness. His own youthful beauty is his main ornament. So that's the first line of the verse. Swakiya Kaishora Mahavibhushanam. Second line is Vichitra Lavanya Taranga Sagaram. Sagaram means, what does Sagara refer to? Sagar Prabhu, what does your name mean? Ocean, okay. So Sagara means ocean. Okay. So Vichitra Lavanya Taranga Sagaram. Who can guess what Taranga means? Yes. 2 out of 2. Well done, Prabhu. So Taranga means waves. So it is said that Krishna's body, his transcendental form, is just like a big ocean. And if you, let's say you go to Manly Beach, Cronulla Beach, any beach, and you look out into the ocean, what do you see? You see the waves coming, right? And how many waves come? 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 waves? Unlimited, right? It just keeps on flowing again and again and again and again, like unlimited waves. They just keep flowing. So you can imagine that scene, you're in front of the ocean and you see the waves coming, one after another. So it's said that Krishna's body is just like an ocean, and from that ocean of Krishna's body, waves and waves of super beauty is being projected into the eyes of his devotee. Vichitra Lavanya. Lavanya means like beauty, exquisite beauty. Vichitra means very extraordinary or very inconceivable beauty. So Krishna's body is like an ocean, which is giving waves and waves of inconceivable beauty, exquisite beauty. It is splashing into the eyes of, or into the minds of his devotees. So sweet, right? Description. So when I read this verse, I was like, wow, such a beautiful verse, describing Krishna's beauty. So that's the second line. Okay, first line says that the Mahavibhushana, or the main ornament of Krishna's body, is his own unique youthfulness. Second line says that Krishna's body is just like an ocean, and from that ocean, waves and waves of exquisite, extraordinary, inconceivable beauty is being projected, one wave after another. So next time we take darshan, we can remember these beautiful descriptions. So it's amazing how pure devotees, they have this realization, when they take darshan, and they can compose such beautiful words of poetry, putting their thoughts, their feelings, their bhav into such beautiful poetry for us to also appreciate. So that's just half the verse. Okay, Sakya Kaishore Maha Vibhushanam Vichitra Lavanya Taranga Sagaram Jagan Mano Netra Mudam Vivardanam. Okay, Mano refers to mind and Netra, eyes. Okay, so Mana means the mind, Netra means the eyes. Mudam means very pleasing. Okay, and Vivardhanam. This word Vivardhanam, it comes in Siksastakam, the first verse of Siksastakam. So who can guess what Vivardhanam means? A similar word like this comes in the first verse of Siksastakam. We sing every day. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. What does that mean? Ravi Pru? Yes, thank you, sadhu, sadhu. You'll get one golab jamun after class today. So, first verse of Siksastakam, we sing this, right? Anandam Mudi Vardhanam. That by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, the ever-expanding ocean of bliss increases even more. So, bhakti is like an unlimited ocean. We can go deeper and deeper and deeper and experience deeper and deeper forms of pleasure, actually. So, it's unlimited. So, Vardhana means ever-increasing or expanding. So, Jagan Mano Netra Mudam Vivardhana means that when we take darshan of Krishna, Krishna's beauty is so amazing. It's like it gives ever-expanding pleasure both to the eyes and to the mind. So, eyes will get ever-expanding, more and more pleasure. Just by looking, you can never take enough darshan of Radha Gopinath. So, it's like ever-expanding pleasure for the eyes. And not only for the eyes, ever-expanding pleasure for our minds also. And we can just keep on staring at Radha Gopinath. So that's the third line of the verse. Then the last line is Sakya Keshwara Maha Vibhushanam Vichitra Lavanya Taranga Sagaram Jagan Mano Netra Mudam Vivardhanam. Then Muhur Muhur Nutam Madhuri Britam. Muhur Nutam Madhuri Britam. Muhu means, like we have Brahma Muhurta, right? So Muhu means, sorry? Yes, so Muhu means moment after moment. Like we have Brahma Muhurta in that particular time period, during the day. So Muhu means moment after moment. Nutam, who can guess what Nutam means? Yes, Nutam means new. Okay, Muhur Nutam. What was the next word? Muhur Nutam. Madhuri Britam. Madhuri, what does Madhuri mean? There's one, yes, very sweet. There's one famous bhajan, right, by one of our acharyas, Madhurastakam, right? And this song, Madhurastakam, it describes how everything about Krishna is sweet. You can go through it actually, this song. If you haven't heard it, you can go. It's a very sweet song. In this song, the particular acharya is written, he's explaining how everything about Krishna is madhur. Everything about Krishna is very sweet. His smile is sweet, his face is sweet, his songs are sweet, his dancing is sweet. Like this, verse after verse in this beautiful song is just glorifying how everything about Krishna is very madhur. Everything about Krishna is very sweet. So the last line explains that Muhur Nutam Madhuri Britam, which means that moment after moment, Krishna is manifesting newer and newer sweetness for his devotees. So that's why every time we come to take darshan, we feel like we haven't seen him before actually. Like generally, if you look at someone or something, that image gets processed in your mind, and next time you look, like you don't get that same buzz, that same feeling. Just like Prabhupada, he gives the example, of Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna mantra is ever fresh. We can go on chanting Hare Krishna mantra day in, day out, year after year, but we never feel tired. But if you take any material sound vibration, like Coca-Cola, Prabhupada says, you can't just keep chanting Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. After a while, you just get tired of it, you get sick of it. So there is ever new freshness, in the Maha Mantra, because the Maha Mantra is spiritual. So in the same way, Krishna's body is also spiritual in nature. So there is that freshness in Krishna's body. That's why every time we come to take darshan, we feel very happy and blissful. We don't think, oh, I took darshan yesterday, so why should I take darshan today? We don't feel that satiation, when we take darshan. Every time we look at him, he looks different, he looks new. So that ever-increasing freshness is there. So that's what this last line of this sloka says, that muhur muhur nutam, not every day, but every moment. Every moment, Krishna is manifesting newer and newer sweetness for the pleasure of his devotees. So every moment, newer and newer sweetness Krishna is manifesting from his transcendental form. That's why we never get tired of taking darshan of Krishna. So that's the full sloka, 4 lines, 4 nice meditations for us. So next time we take darshan, Radha Gopinath, we can remember this. So very sweet, beautiful verse compiled by Sanatan Goswami in his book Brihad Bhagavatamrita. When I read this, I was like, wow, such a beautiful sloka, I must memorize this. So I memorized this last week. So this beautiful form of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj saw. So that's why when he saw this, he was just completely mesmerized and he just felt so happy and satisfied. He said, I don't want anything, I was looking for broken pieces of glass, but now I have a diamond in front of me. When I have a diamond, who cares for broken pieces of glass? I'm just happy and satisfied seeing you and serving you. I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else. But what does Lord Vishnu say? After he finishes his prayers, then Lord Vishnu talks. And Lord Vishnu says, okay, I understand, you don't desire, but still I'm going to give you anyway. Although that desire is not there anymore, still, out of my mercy, I will still avoid the fulfillment of your desire. I will give you a planet even greater than that of Lord Brahma, even higher than Brahma Loka. So we always hear, Brahma Loka is the topmost planet in the material world, right? Abbrahma Bhuvanan Loka, Punaravartana Arjuna. Krishna says in Gita, from the lowest planets all the way to the topmost planet, Brahma Loka. So topmost planet is Brahma Loka. So how can you get something even beyond Brahma Loka? So there's only one possibility, which is Dhruva Loka. So Dhruva Loka is actually the planet of Vishnu himself. So that is in this, we hear about the different Vishnus. First there is Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu. So we have a painting of him there in that corner of the temple room. And from Mahavishnu, from the pores of his body, one universe comes out. So Krishna, amazing things he does, right? From the pores of our body, just sweat comes, and that sweat makes us more stinky, But from Krishna's body, he can just get universes popping out of his, So that's why we're not God, he is God. But still, there's people out there who claim themselves to be God, That yes, I am Vishnu, I am Krishna. And you ask them, can you manifest, universes from your pores of your skin? No, that they cannot do. So that's Mahavishnu. From the pores of his body, he manifests unlimited universes. Then he enters into each particular universe, material universe. And that expansion of Vishnu, what's his name? Yes, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Garbha refers to, what does Garbha mean in Sanskrit? Yeah, close, more specific. Yeah, like a womb, like you have Garbhadan Samskara, right? So parents, before begetting a child, they're supposed to go through Garbhadana Samskara, like a Samskara to attract saintly soul, into the womb of the mother. So the mother will have a saintly child. So Garbha refers to like a womb. So this universe is kind of like a womb, So Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the Vishnu who goes inside the universe and resides in the universe. So that's Garbhodakshay Vishnu. So he enters the universe and it's just like an empty egg, there's nothing inside. So what does he do? Prabhupada says that he starts sweating. And then from his own sweat, he fills up half the universe with his own sweat actually. From the perspiration of Garbhodakshay Vishnu is transform body, the whole universe feels. Like this Prabhupada explains in one lecture. Sometimes, like I heard this description that there's one famous kirtanier, he used to practice mridanga in Vrindavan, in very, high heat. And he would just sit in one place in Vrindavan and just practice mridanga, hour after hour. And after hours and hours of practicing mridanga, he would have sweat so much, there'd be like a small pool of sweat puddle around him, So if an ordinary human being can produce, a small pool of sweat around him, then why can't the Supreme Lord, as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, fill half the universe with his sweat? But there's a difference, Our sweat is stinky, but Garbhodaksha Vishnu's sweat is transcendental, So from the perspiration of his own body, Prabhupada explains, he fills half the universe. And then he lies down on that same perspiration which came from his own body. So like this, half the universe gets filled by his own bodily perspiration. Then he lies down in Yoga Nidra. Then from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, the lotus flower comes. And all the 14 planetary systems, they're situated on the stem of this lotus. And the topmost planetary system is Brahmaloka. That's there at the top, in the lotus actually. So in this way, creation happens. I was thinking, how creative Krishna is, when it comes to creating the universe. If someone told us, okay, create a universe, this is the last thing we would think of, yes, I will enter into a universe, I will sweat, and from my sweat, I will fill half the universe, then I will lie down, and then from my navel, I will make a lotus flower come out, and then in the stem of the lotus flower, I will manifest all the planetary systems. That's the last way we'll think, right, to create the universe. So Krishna is the greatest of all artists, is the greatest of all creative engineers. No one can be as creative as Krishna. There's no engineer, no scientist that can match Krishna's creativeness or artistic skills. So like this, Garbhodaksha Vishnu comes. Then there is Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Then from Garbhodaksha, Kshirodaksha Vishnu comes. So Kshirodaksha Vishnu, he is present in every single atom in the universe, and he's also present in the heart of every single living entity in the universe. Not just human beings, birds, bees, ants, microbes, insects, demigods, everyone. So Kshirodaksha Vishnu, he is present in every single atom. He is present in the hearts of every single jiva, every single living entity. And he is also personally present in a Vaikuntha planet, which is inside the material universe, which is called Dhruvaloka, or he resides on Swetadip. Swetadip is like the island. Dvip means island. So Swetadip, it refers to that island on the shore of the Milk Ocean, situated on that planet called Dhruvaloka, on which Lord Vishnu resides. So Krishna or Vishnu, he gives Dhruva Maharaj his own planet to reside on. So before Dhruva Maharaj got this planet, there was no predominating deity for this planet. Like every single planet has a predominating deity, The sun planet has, Surya Dev, moon planet has Soma Dev, like this every single planet has a predominating deity, someone in charge of that planet. But Dhruvaloka, that's the planet of the Supreme Lord, that's where Kshirodaksha Vishnu personally resides. And whenever there is any trouble in the universe, all the demigods, they will go running. From their different planetary systems, they will all go running to Swetadip. And when they'll come to Swetadip, they won't be able to see Vishnu actually. They can't physically or personally see Kshirodaksha Vishnu, but they can hear him. And sometimes even they can't hear him, only Brahma can hear him. Brahma from within the heart, Kshirodaksha Vishnu will give directions to Brahma from within the heart. Brahma will hear, and then whatever Vishnu tells Brahma from within the heart, Brahma would then relay onto the demigods. So that's how rare it is to get darshan of the Supreme Lord. But the same Supreme Lord, whom even the demigods can't personally see, the same Supreme Lord is not only allowing his darshan, but the same Supreme Lord is personally coming to the devotee himself and saying, here I am, take darshan of me. So you can imagine the power of Dhruva Maharaj's bhakti. So if someone has pure bhakti, they don't have to go to see the Supreme Lord will come to them. That's why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he used to say, don't try to see Krishna, but do your service, do your seva in such a nice way that Krishna will come and see you. So that's what happened with Dhruva Maharaj. He did his bhakti with so much determination, so much sincerity, followed the instructions of his Guru Maharaj with so much sincerity that he didn't have to go to see Vishnu, but Vishnu himself came to see him. Vishnu himself came on the back of Garuda flying to see Guru Maharaj. So this is what Srila Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Maharaj used to say, that don't try to see Krishna. Instead, do your bhakti, do your seva in such a nice way, with such sincerity, that Krishna will think, wow, this man, this devotee of mine, he's like so great, or she is so great, doing such nice bhakti. No, I have to go see him. So do something that Krishna will want to come and we should do something that Krishna will want to come and see us. This is what Srila Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Maharaj used to say. So generally when the demigods, they go to Swetadip to pray to Shuradaksha Vishnu, they won't be able to see Vishnu actually. At best, they can only hear the words of Vishnu, but they won't be able to personally see. So that planet onto which the demigods go to pray to Vishnu, that personal planet of Vishnu within the material universe, Vishnu, he gave that to Dhruva Maharaj. That in this universe, Brahma Loka is the topmost. Beyond that, there's only my planet itself. There's nothing higher than that, so I'll give you my own planet. You become the head of this planet, and I will give this to you. And Krishna blesses him, Vishnu blesses Dhruva Maharaj, and that before you go there, before you give up your body here and go there, for many, many thousands of years, you will enjoy here, in planet Earth, here in this planet Earth. And then when the time comes, I will take you there and I will make you the head of my own planet. And like this, Lord Vishnu, he blesses Dhruva Maharaj. And now after blessing Dhruva Maharaj with this boon, now Lord Vishnu, we're seeing in today's verse, he's leaving Dhruva Maharaj and flying back to his abode on the back of Garuda. So we can talk a bit about Garuda. Garuda is the personal carrier of Lord Vishnu or Krishna himself. And time and again you'll see him, coming up in pastimes. Whenever Vishnu is coming to see a devotee, he'll always come on the back of Garuda. And in Krishna Leela also, you'll see how Dwarka Krishna, he'll always be going here and there on the back of Garuda. Like last week I was reading pastime of Bhaumasura. When Krishna, he goes to kill Bhaumasura, who had captured, 16,100 princes and had stolen the earrings of Aditi, the umbrella of Varuna. That time Krishna, he takes Satyabhama on the back of Garuda to go fight with Bhaumasura. So Garuda, he'll always come up in Shastra. He's one of Krishna's very, very dear devotees. Even in Jagannath Puri, we have the Garuda Stamba, representing that Garuda is there taking darshan, Lord Jagannath. And whenever Mahaprabhu used to come, take darshan, Lord Jagannath, he would stand next to Garuda Stamba and take darshan, Lord Jagannath. So I heard that even in our rebuilding of this temple, we'll also have a similar like Garuda Stamba at the front of the temple also. So Garuda, I was reading in Brihad Bhagavatamrita how Krishna's devotees, they love Krishna so much, they're like so hungry to serve Krishna, they're like so greedy to serve Krishna, that they expand themselves to serve Krishna in multiple different abodes. So just like we understand that Krishna, he's simultaneously present in different abodes. Like he's simultaneously there in Goloka Vrindavan, he's there in, Vaikunta, he's there in Dwarka, he's there also in the material world. So just like Krishna expands himself to be simultaneously present in different worlds, different lokas, and to serve Krishna in these different abodes, Srimati Radharani, she also expands. So when Krishna expands from Vrindavan to come to Dwarka, Srimati Radharani, she also expands and comes as Queen Rukmani. She also comes as Satyabhama and all the other queens. So all these queens of Dwarka, they're all expansions coming from Srimati Radharani. So every time Krishna takes one expansion, Srimati Radharani will also take one expansion to match Krishna and to serve Krishna. So this is the mood of pure devotees, They love Krishna so much, they're so hungry for service, they're so greedy for service, that they want to serve Krishna simultaneously in many places. So every time Krishna expands to go to a different abode, Srimati Radharani, she also expands. Same way from Dwarka, Krishna expands as Narayan and is there in Vaikuntha as Narayan. So same way, the queens, of Dwarka, they also expand. It's mentioned that Rukmani, she is known as Mahalakshmi. She is the source of all the Lakshmis. So all those Lakshmis who are serving Vishnu in Vaikuntha, they're all coming from Srimati Rukmani Devi. Okay? And originally, we can say coming from Srimati Radharani. And again, when Krishna comes to the mature world, Srimati Radharani also comes. Whenever Vishnu comes to mature world, a particular expansion, of Lakshmi, she also comes. So on and so forth. So just like Srimati Radharani is always expanding to serve Krishna in multiple different places simultaneously. So in the same way it's given that other devotees of Krishna, they have similar mood and they also desire to serve Krishna simultaneously in multiple abodes. And one example of that given is Garuda. In Goloka Vrindavan, Garuda is actually none other than Sridham, Srimati Radharani's brother. So in Vrindavan, we all heard this name of Sridham, right? He's one of the principal friends of Krishna and he's the brother of Srimati Radharani. So one of the very close personal friends of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, Sridham, he expands as Garuda in Dwarka, and he also expands as Garuda in Vaikuntha. And whenever Krishna or Vishnu, they do their pastimes in the material world, another expansion of Garuda comes to the material world to assist in Vishnu's pastimes here. Same way Nanda Maharaj, he also expands to serve Krishna in multiple abodes. So Nanda Maharaj, Krishna's father in Goloka Vrindavan, is given Brihad Bhagavatamrita that in Vaikuntha, he comes as Nanda. Nanda or Sun, we've heard Nanda or Sunanda, one of those two. That's actually Nanda Maharaj. We hear, right, in Vaikuntha, one of the very close personal attendants of Vishnu is Nanda and Sunanda. Right, they're very true personal servants of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. I forgot which one specific. Either it's Nanda or Sunanda. One of them is actually Nanda Maharaj himself. One of the expansions of Nanda Maharaj who comes to Vaikuntha to serve Krishna in his Vishnu form. And then same way, there's another partial expansion coming from Nanda Maharaj that is known as Drona, which is there in the material world, who is one of the Vasus. So just like when Krishna, he personally comes, when Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, he personally comes to the material world, to Bhoma Vrindavan, it's given that all the avatars of Krishna, they come with Krishna. So inside Krishna, there is Nrsimhadev, inside Krishna, there is Dwarka Krishna, Vasudev Krishna, Vamanadev, Matsya Avatar. So just like when Krishna comes, all the avatars, all the Vishnus, they come with Krishna. All the expansions, they're there personally with Krishna. In the same way it's given when the original associates of Goloka Vrindavan, when they descend down to Bhoma Vrindavan, to Vrindavan here in this material world, all the expansions also come merged in them. So that partial expansion called Drona of Nanda Maharaj, he comes, within Nanda Maharaj actually. So, and when the pastime is over, they all go to respective abodes. The original Nanda Maharaj, he goes to Goloka Vrindavan. That partial expansion, he goes to his place. The expansion coming from Vaikuntha, he goes to his place like this. So similar way, like how Krishna expands, it's given that Krishna's devotees, out of their desire to serve Krishna unlimited ways, out of their hunger for devotional service, they expand and they take different forms in different abodes. So Garuda is one example. Garuda is actually Sridham, one of Krishna's best friends in Goloka Vrindavan. And he expands as Garuda to serve Krishna in Dwarka, in Vaikuntha, also in the material world. Same thing we have with Lord Baladev, He expands in Vaikuntha as Shesha, and when he comes to material world, he expands as Ananta Shesh, and he holds all the universes on top of his head, just like mustard seeds. So just like Balaram, he's always expanding. That's another example given. So tomorrow is Balaram Jayanti. So Balaram, he also has this mood, of being very hungry for devotional service. And he's like so hungry for bhakti, he's so hungry to serve Krishna, that he simultaneously serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. Generally we hear that a devotee of Krishna, he will have one rasa, right? And he will serve Krishna in one particular rasa. Krishna's boyfriends, they would serve Krishna in Sakya ras. Then there will be servants who will serve him in Dasya ras. Then there will be Krishna's parents, his uncles, aunties, the other elderly gopas, gopis, his nurses. They all serve Krishna in Vatsalya ras. Then there is the younger gopis who will serve Krishna in Madhurya ras. But Balram, he loves Krishna so much, he's so hungry for seva that he serves Krishna simultaneously in all the 5 rasas. Amazing, right? So he's serving Krishna personally, in Sakya ras, obviously, as Krishna's friend. He plays games and everything, in the forest. And it's given that he also serves Krishna in Vatsalya ras. Because his elder brother, he's always, out of parental affection, as an elder brother, he's always giving Krishna instructions. Just like when Krishna got bound to the grinding mortar by Mother Yashoda, when Balram comes and he sees, hey, my dear Krishna is bound up, who did this to you? And Balram at first is a little bit upset, like, who did this to you? Tell me who did this, he's like a bit angry, who tied up my brother? And then when Krishna says Mother Yashoda, then, Mother Yashoda, then Balram calms down a bit, because he can't get angry at Mother Yashoda, she's like, everyone in Vrindavan, they're like a bit scared of Mother Yashoda, of her pure anger. So when Balram, he hears the name of Mother Yashoda, then he kind of, cools down a bit. Oh, Mother Yashoda, okay, I can't do anything with her, can't mess with her. And then Balram, he starts chastising Krishna, that I told you, you shouldn't steal. So many times I've been telling you, don't steal butter, you should stop, all this, stealing business. Now look what happened. Now you're caught. Now look, Mother Yashoda has tied you up. I can't do anything now. Actually, Balram, he first actually goes to, there's one pastime saying that Balram, he goes to Mother Yashoda and he tells Mother Yashoda that, how come you tied up Krishna, you should let him go. Don't you know who Krishna is? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. And then Mother Yashoda, she's just smiling and hearing, really? So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then who are you? And then Balram says, me? You don't know who I am? I am Ananta Shesh, I am Shesha. All the universes, I am holding on top of my head, just like mustard seeds. You don't know who I am? And then it's really, you're Ananta Shesh. Oh, you're Sheshanag. Okay, very nice. And then she says, Mother Yashoda says, so it looks like all the incarnations, they had to take birth in my house only. And then she had one stick next to her. She took that stick, held up in the hand. Balram, he looks at the stick, he immediately gets scared and he just runs away. And then he goes flying to Krishna. And then he embraces Krishna. Krishna is crying. Balram is also crying. And Balram's telling Krishna, I told you, you shouldn't do this. I told you shouldn't do this. Now look what happened. You're tied up. I tried to help you. Mother Yashoda, she chased me with stick now also. I can't do anything. Now there's nothing any of us can do. Like this, Balram was advising Krishna. So he has this parental affection also. So he serves Krishna in Vatsalya Bhav also. Then there is Dasya. So Balram also used to act as Krishna's servant in some pastimes. So sometime when Krishna would get tired, Balram would personally massage Krishna's feet, and Balram would act as Krishna's pillow. After they would get tired and Krishna would take a nap, sometimes Krishna, he used to sleep on Balram's lap. And like this, Balram used to serve Krishna in Dasya also. And there is Sanchar Ras. So it's given all the paraphernalia in Vrindavan, that's all actually expansion of Balram. So just like in our temple room, this microphone stand, it's being used in Krishna's service. So this microphone stand is actually expansion of Balram. This book stand is holding up Krishna. This book stand is used in Krishna's service. This book stand is spiritual. So this book stand is also considered as Balram or expansion of Balram. Same way with this table, Vyasasana, all the different things we see around the temple room, they're all actually expansions of Balram. That's why if our feet accidentally touch any of these items, we're supposed to say sorry and beg for forgiveness, because they're all spiritual, they're all actually expansions of Balram. So same way in Vrindavan, all the paraphernalia, Krishna's bedding, clothes, jewelry, this, that, they're all actually considered as expansion of Balaram. The dham itself. So in this way, Balaram serves in Santa Ras. Then there is Madhurya Ras. So it's given that Balaram, he expands as Srimati Radharani's younger sister, known as Ananga Manjari. So Ananga Manjari, she's like a small Manjari. Manjari means like a very young gopi, not like a teenage gopi, but like a very small younger gopi. So that's Srimati Radharani's younger sister, Ananga Manjari. And through that expansion, Balaram, he assists in the conjugal pastimes of Krishna and the gopis of Vrindavan. So this is the unique nature of Lord Balaram's love for Krishna. He loves Krishna so much that he's not satisfied, just serving Sakya Ras. He expands and performs pastimes, performs his seva in so many different ways, in different rasas. But unfortunately, our position is instead of being greedy and hungry for seva, due to influence Kali Yuga, we're very lazy to do seva, We always find some excuse to skip seva, and we don't have that same inspiration, that same drive. So we should pray to Srimati Tulsi Maharani, to Srila Prabhupada Acharyas, to please bless us, so we can get that same, that spontaneous greed to do more and more seva for Krishna. That is the real wealth, actually. The more service attitude we have, the more bhav we have, the more bhakti we have to do seva, the more wealthy we are in our spiritual life. And that's what we pray for when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Right? Prabhupada says, when we're chanting Hare Krishna, we're praying to Krishna and Srimati Radharani, my dear Lord, please engage me in your service. One time, one devotee asked my Guru Maharaj this question, that you were saying, we chant Hare Krishna, we're praying, Krishna, please engage me in your service. But I have one problem. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, but Krishna is giving me too much service. Too many services are coming on me. And I don't know how to handle all this. What should I do? So, I think everyone has been through this, right? That sometimes it seems a bit overwhelming, so much service comes. Especially now, with Janmashtami coming, so many different services will come, and everyone's heads will be spinning. I have to do this, I have to do that. So this is something we've all gone through, right? If not, as slowly we go through Janmashtami, we will experience this, So many services coming. So what to do when Krishna blesses us with too much service? So my Guru Maharaj answered this question by saying that when Krishna blesses you with so many different service opportunities, you should understand that actually you're very fortunate. To have so many different opportunities to do seva is actually a great boon. It's actually a great blessing. You're very, very fortunate. So firstly, you should thank Krishna. Thank you for giving me so many different opportunities to serve you. Then next, you should pray to Krishna. Please give me the ability to swim in the flood of devotional service. So sometimes it seems so many services are coming, it's like a big flood, and we don't know how to swim in that flood. So we should pray to Krishna. We should pray to Radha Gopinath. Thank you for giving me so many different services. I'm finding it a bit hard to handle this, and figure out how I can do all of this together. Please bless me with the ability, spiritual ability, to swim in the flood of devotional service. Please bless me with the ability to somehow or other get all these services nicely done for your service. Then Krishna will empower us to get all the services done nicely for His pleasure. Okay, we're on time. We'll stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.